All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is the idea of this webinar is to give you lots of tips on how to create a successful health coaching business. And a lot of it will probably have you thinking differently about your business. And in the registration process, I noticed a common theme, which is the challenge of attracting clients. So everything I'm going to cover today is all about that, about attracting clients. And I'm going to give you lots of tips and information. It might seem overwhelming, but just know we could just do one baby step at a time. And since I just started recording, I am going to introduce my co-panelist and supporter today, Ankita Kaul, and she's up in Northern California. It's always nice when you do webinars like this that we have great support, and it's part of what we're talking about today is collaboration and support. And Ankita is a board certified health coach and a graduate of Dr. Sears Health Coaching, Dr. Sears Coaching Institute, is that right? And she is the co-founder of Happy to Be Healthy, which she'll probably talk about when she talks in part of my little presentation here. Okay, so we have a chat box, and that's the way we communicate. Oh, hi, Jeannie. She said, nice to see you. That's the way we communicate through this platform. And also, Ankita will be putting in the chat the different tips that I'm going to be giving you. So I am going to share my screen here and pull up our presentation, and we can get started. Okay, so it's always good to know when you hear someone speak who they are and what their background is, because we all come from a different perspective. And for those of you that don't know me, I actually did go to medical school in Australia. So I am Australian born and have not been back for a long time. Probably it might amaze you for those that live in the US. I know we have some Canadians on here, but Australia is still requiring 2-week quarantine when entering the country. And from what my sister said, it'll be until March 2022 that quarantine will stand in place. So I'd have to quarantine in a COVID hotel in Sydney if I was to travel to Australia. Just a little interesting piece of information. And I did a master's degree in psychology because I was really interested in the mind-body connection. And probably the thing that I'm most proud of in my life is that I became a mom in 1993. I'm also a bonus mom. I married an American, and he has had 2 children when we got married, which was 30 years ago. And so I'm a bonus mom as well. So I have 3 kids. And I founded my own wellness business in 1997. I became a health coach, can you believe, in 2000. So by calculation, is that 21 years ago? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I remember going to the National Wellness Conference in probably 2001 and speaking about health coaching. No one knew what it was about. It was just the first time we were kind of launching into the concept. So I have been around for a while. And I'm an IIN grad, as I know we have many on the call. I also know we have some people brand new to IIN. So welcome. And what a great place to be, because I wish I'd known all of this when I was first doing coaching 21 years ago. And I set up my own online business in 2015 and created WellPro International, which we're going to talk a little bit about later in this presentation. And it's interesting to think that I got a Lifetime Achievement Award 4 years ago, where I'm still living my passion. But the National Wellness Institute is a group that I've been part of for many, many years, and very grateful to them. So you know what the drill is. You've read about this webinar. I'm going to focus on actions. I'm going to talk about the 5 mistakes based on my experience. This is looking back and thinking, what do I wish I could do back 21 years ago? So you can start doing these things in your business and not have to make the same mistakes that I did. And I'm going to give you an action step for each one. Okay, so I just love this picture. And it really does speak to what many of you mentioned in the registration, which is, how do I attract clients? You do all this great training as a health coach, and you've got all this great information, but nobody teaches you about business skills or marketing or attracting clients. And this is what this business is about, and it's never too soon. I know Sarah that's on here, Sarah Campbell, who is a brand new member of WellPro International and is in her beginning stages of training in IIN, is starting to apply these principles that I'm talking about now. Don't wait till you've graduated coaching school. If you've got the benefit of being in school now is the time to start building your business. And they don't usually teach you that in school. Okay, so I love doing polls, and let's see, I am going to launch a poll, my first poll. And so if you've not done a poll before, you'll see popping up on your screen a question. And if you would be so kind as to answer for me so that I can see, where are you in your coaching business? Either you haven't started yet, or you're just beginning, or you've had a business for a while. And I see many of you are answering. That's great. Thank you very much. Really helps me to know where to position this and target those people just beginning. Oh, we have a chat question. Okay, so most of you have completed that. I'm just going to give you a few. I'm going to count down to 4, 3, 2, 1. We nearly have 100% of answers come in. And now I'm going to end the poll, and I'm going to share the results because it's interesting for you to see. 29% of people have not started their business yet. So wonderful. You're getting all this information now. 53% are just beginning. That is a perfect place to be, to listen to this information. I'm sure Ankita is going to mention that too. Ankita is just amazing to see how 53% is just beginning, and 18% have had a business for a while. So interesting. Welcome everyone, wherever you are. This is going to be valuable. I know this is going to be valuable for you. Okay, so let's launch into, I have a question in the chat box. Let's see, or maybe a comment. Oh, just beginning. Yes, Andrea said, great. Trading. So I'm going to launch into the 5 mistakes. The first mistake, which might be brand new, especially if you just started in the coaching business, is trading time for dollars. So when we think health coaching, often we're thinking of doing one-on-one coaching, right? Either in person, or on the phone, or on Zoom, Skype. I don't even know if Skype exists anymore, but Zoom is kind of replacing that. That's a mistake to think that that's the way you are going to earn an income that can replace a job or give you total financial security. So trading time for dollars is the first mistake. And I'm going to teach you about getting financially savvy. And I wish every coaching training taught this principle. And it is from a book by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it's called the Cash Flow Quadrant. So if you have not heard about this, this is essential for you to understand how to create a successful business. There are 4 quadrants. Quadrant 4. So the first on the top left is when we have a job. So when I first came to the US, I had a job actually with HealthNet, managed care company, where we get a salary, we get a job description. That's an employee. It's fixed income, obviously. Then we think, well, I really want to have my own business. And this certainly happened to me. I want to be a coach. So I'm going to have my own business. I became a solopreneur and I was so excited. I became self-employed down here. The thing about being self-employed, and this is why doing this training when you're just starting in this business is so good, because you think you're free when you're self-employed, but you're not, because if you don't work, you don't get paid. And everyone that's self-employed, whatever, maybe you're a massage therapist, or you're a facialist, or a health coach. This is being self-employed, and you are trading time for dollars. You own a job. And in some ways, the job owns you. So then we think about, okay, we've got to get more savvy, which is what I'm teaching you today. Today, I'm going to teach you how to have a system where you're a business owner and you get paid even when you're not trading time for dollars. Basically, you get paid in your sleep, or you get paid, you might call passive, and it's not really passive because anything we're working is active. It's more residual income. And then when you have enough money, you can invest that money in things like real estate or stock, an investor. So these are the 4 quadrants that Kawasaki talks about, the cash flow quadrant. Most people are on the left side. So 95% of people are either employee, they have a job, or they're self-employed. Like, we're free, we're a health coach, we have our own business. But that's not where financial freedom lies. Financial freedom lies on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. 95% of wealth is when you're a business owner, and this is where I'm focused on today. And then when you have enough money to invest, you can invest that money and it can duplicate for you. This is such an important concept. And this is why I do this webinar, so that you can start thinking differently about your coaching business and working on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. I never want you to forget about the cash flow quadrant from this point forward. And the idea is to work smarter, not harder. Everything I'm talking about today is about that, working smarter, not harder, and having multiple streams of income, diversifying your income. This might seem a big concept to you now if you're just in your training, but I'm going to teach you how to do that. So, as a health coach, what does this mean? I mean, always a concept is better if we put it into practice. And this is basically my life now and my business, diversifying my income. So on the left side, remember the left side of the quadrant, when we're self-employed, fee for service. Yes, I still do one-on-one coaching. I do speaking, I get a fee. I do webinars, paid webinars for corporations, I get a fee. I do consulting, training, groups, retreats. These are all fee-based. You're trading time for dollars. It's usually a one-time thing, you get paid. That's not where true freedom comes. And I'm talking about time freedom too, to be able to live a life that you want to live in the hours that you want to. You've got to have a system, which is the right side. And this is what I'm going to teach you today. Turnkey programs, evergreen programs. And I'm going to teach you 3 that I do. Not that you have to do them, but it'll give you the concept of what that means. Regular health challenges that you've set it up. It's kind of like a teacher. You do the structure and then you just repeat, repeat, repeat. Affiliate marketing, obviously other wellness programs that are aligned with your vision and values, wellness products that are so powerful to people that they keep purchasing them over and over and over. And then licensing. I have an ebook that I license, for example, and that's another way. I do the ebook once, and then you get paid over and over and over. And this is what I'm going to talk about today, because for a lot of people, this is new. And I want to explain what it is so that you have it as a business principle. Okay, so that moves us into mistake number 2, which is no turnkey duplicatable systems. Remember, I talked to you about on the right side, these systems that you create it once and it goes over and over, repeat, 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 kind of like a teacher would be the way that I would think about it. They have to do a class plan once. First year of teaching is really hard because you've got to create everything new. Once you've created it, you repeat, repeat, repeat. So where do you start? And I'm here to tell you too, most people put so much time into creating things and then they just sit there and think people will come. No, you've got to market. You've got to learn how to communicate, build your following, and also keep it simple, because a confused mind always says no. You want to keep it clean and simple. So here are the 3 systems I use: email campaigns, turnkey health campaigns, and Zoom mini spas. This was a COVID creation that is so much fun, and I want to share that with you because it's a lot of fun. Okay, first of all, the most important thing, and I do this right up the front of this webinar, Well, I have your full attention. The most important thing for you to do as a health coach is to start building your email list. And I know Sarah that's on here, one of IIN in training coach, is something I'm teaching her right now. You don't have to use MailChimp. I use MailChimp. There are many different platforms, ConvertKit, Constant Contact, Flowdesk. I mean, there's so many email marketing providers. And your biggest task right now, regardless of where you are in your training, is to start an email campaign. Now, I have another little poll because I'm really interested to know. Okay, let's see. Email campaigns. I have another poll. I'm really interested to know, do you have an email marketing system now? Yes or no? Just so I can see the people that we have on here and where you are operating from. So I see we've got a lot of people responding. The no's are winning so far. We have 2 more people to, same amount of people that answered last time. Okay, so thank you. I'm going to end the poll right now and launch the results so you can see. So 47% of people said yes, congratulations. And 53% of people said no. Okay, so those 53% people, your task immediately after this webinar is choose an email campaign provider and get started building your list. The most important thing as a wellness business of any kind, I don't care if you're a massage therapist or a health coach, building your email list. And you think, well, how do I do this? I'm going to explain to you how. Okay, so if you want an example of building your email list, a lot of you have this ebook because you know me from different ways. And Ankita is going to put this link into the chat box. So if you have, and I'm educating you about the concept here, you see drkarenwolfe.org/gut matters is a landing page to be able to get my free ebook called Gut Matters. On that landing page, it'll ask you to put your email in because that goes into my email list, and then you get the ebook. And then you will get some autoresponders that are set up. And I do this on this webinar because this is a point of education and teaching. This is an example for you of how to have an email campaign, how to have a list magnet. I think this is called a list magnet, lead magnet. I don't really like that word. It's a way to build your email list with something aligned with your values. Of course, I love to talk about the gut. So this beautiful 50-page ebook is free, and then many of you have it, and you're now in my wellness community on my email list. So that will give you a practical example of how it works. Because I will say again, email remains the most important thing in your business, way above social media. It is significantly more effective to acquire customers, which you all want to do. You're all asking me, how do I attract clients? Well, this is on top of the list. You're building an email list of people that know, like, and trust you. Know, like, and trust you. Know, love, and trust you. And hear from you through your email list. 40 times more effective than Facebook and Twitter combined. And I'm going to talk about social media because obviously it's important. But the idea is your email list is your real estate. Social media is, you don't own that, but you own your email list and how you communicate. And in your newsletters, you want to keep your branding consistent, be concise, provide valuable content to your wellness following. Okay, and I'm going to use some more examples of that in a little bit. So the second one are turnkey programs. Remember I talked about the teacher, you create a class structure, class outline, and repeat. Every single month I run a Sugarbuster health campaign. This is a flyer made in Canva, which I'm going to give you that link shortly. It's an amazing free resource to make flyers. And I do this every month, and we have, it's 5 days, and we have different speakers, different ones of my coaches that are part of WellPro International. Ankita is going to be the Friday speaker. from our July Sugarbuster group in her beautiful home doing a cooking demo. And we do this every month as a team. And so my coaches can invite their clients to attend this. These are turnkey programs made by collaboration and are so effective to be able to attract clients. Even if you just have 2 attending the first one, then word of mouth, people then talk about it and invite their friends to join the next time. So obviously we have a private Facebook group for that program, which now we're up to, I think it's over 823 members now. It's been so successful. And that's a community that's all living this low glycemic lifestyle. And we obviously love people to connect and welcome. We do it by Zoom. It's a wonderful way to connect. This is a Zoom meeting where everyone's showing their video, unlike this, which is a Zoom webinar, because this is a training platform I'm doing here. And the other turnkey program is the Clear the Way program, which is a digestion detox program. Now, if you're a new coach and you join WellPro International, you have both of these programs to immediately use in your coaching business. Why recreate the wheel? It's amazing to be able to add these immediately to your health coaching business. I love the Clear the Way program because it's self-paced and self-guided. It's an online program where you start and stop. It's 5 weeks, but you can start and stop. It remembers where you stopped. It has shopping lists and meal plans and recipes and Facebook support. And it is based on a daily schedule of a functional medicine approach to gut health. And we basically tell you what to breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. We have lots of great recipes and lots of videos to support you. And this is an example of the 7-day meal and snack. And every dinner, for example, or lunch here has a recipe in the recipe book. So it's something that I know you as a health coach would probably want to make, but as a program, but it is very expensive and time consuming to make such a program. So I have the program, and then my coaches have access to use this program. And then my third turnkey program, if you're interested in this, just ask whoever invited you to this webinar on July 15th, which is a Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We have our next Zoom mini facial. We do it once a month. It's a lot of fun. And the difference between this, I talked about the Sugarbuster program and the gut program. This is a self-care experience, 45 minutes, whole different way of meeting people and connecting with people. So that might be something that you want to join in our next one. Okay, so moving right along, because I have a limit of time, is number 3 mistake. And I was really good at this one. Follow the Lone Ranger syndrome, which is I can do it all by myself. And I was really taught that in medical school, that if you want to get something done, you do it yourself. And I've really come to understand the value of connection and collaboration. And I love this term, community equals immunity. There's so many ways that we can look at that term. I mean, we know that relationships and connection help support our immune system. So from a physical perspective, that is correct. But also in terms of building a business, I'm here to tell you, there are a lot of twists and turns and frustrations in starting a business. And when you're on your own, you can feel like you're spinning your wheels, and you can feel very isolated. And I certainly did when I first started my coaching business, which is why I bring this in here, is I was just on my own, and I didn't have a mentor at that time, and I was just trying to figure it out. But now I understand that when you have a community that supports each other and you can share different things you're doing, it's so vital to your longevity. And this picture was taken in 2005. Oh my gosh, it really was 2005, because that was 16 years ago. Yeah. Oh my gosh, amazing. And many of you might know Dr. Christiane Northrup, and she was the one that really kind of opened. We all need mentors, and she was an OBGYN, so I had followed her in terms of a medical career switching over to more of a lifestyle focus. And she was the one that kind of opened my eyes to what I'm sharing with you here. She was the beginning of my exploration of this community equals immunity and building a team. And Dr. Deb Kern and I are the co-founders of WellPro International. And Deb is she was originally an RN trained, and then she did an MBA and has moved into a like somatic dance therapy now, as I would call it. And we have been best friends for 23 years and co-founders and still the leaders of WellPro International, which we just love working together. So as having a mentor allowed me to see blind spots. We only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. And so also focusing on strengths, which is a coaching approach, an asset based, like what are your strengths? Where do you want to direct your strengths in your business? And confidence to get through hard times, and of course, focus to stay on track. So this is another one of those slides that I think is so valuable when you're first starting your business. When I left the job, if you think of the left side of the cash flow quadrant, and I had worked my way up to a management position in HealthNet. It still exists as a managed care company. And so I had employees, and oh my gosh, what headache that is to have employees. So when I started my business, I decided I didn't want any employees, no boss, no set hours. I didn't want to pay for rent somewhere before I had people coming to see me. Unlimited income potential, didn't want a ceiling on that. Tax advantages. There are huge tax advantages in a home-based business. I wanted to be able to travel and still be able to be paid while I travel, no overhead. And I also wanted a community of like-minded people to work with. And I am passionate about health education, as I know everyone on this webinar is as well. And I wanted education to be the leading force in what I do. And if any of you are part of my podcasts or my blogs, you know that I'm always educating. And we interpret sales as service. So we're giving service, which I will explain in just a little bit. So it is about collaboration, connection, and community. And this is our WellPro team. There is Deb and I. This was many years ago in Salt Lake City, and we were gathered together, which we will be able to very soon. And I wanted Anka to come on and chat to you for a little bit about what it's like to be part of WellPro and why she joined WellPro. And as I had explained at the beginning, Ankita is a Dr. Sears health coach and board certified, passed her exam last October, yay, and actually joined WellPro while you were studying for your exam, which was like just amazing that you did all of this at once. So Ankita, thank you for just sharing your journey so people can get to know a little bit about you and your health coach journey.
No, thank you so much for having me, Dr. Karen. And I think the first poll where it told me that 53% of all of us here need to get started, and everybody's kind of finding a way, where do we want to start? And that was where I began, and that's where I reached out to Dr. Karen too. So, as a business owner, after I finished my Dr. CS Master Health Coaching, got my board certificate, and I was studying for my board certification, and now a business owner, my biggest hitch was, oh, okay, how do I find clients? That was my biggest problem. And if I do one-on-one client versus group coaching, that was another biggest concern. And if I did want to do group coaching, what do I want to offer them? So that was another big concern. I needed some programs, either I needed to create them or I needed to have programs that I believed in, that's something that my family could make use of too. So, and then the other one was, can I be a part of a community to be able to learn, to grow? And when I met Dr. Karen and I found out about the WellPro team, what I gained was that I I finally realized how important it was to have a mentor. So I can't even begin to explain everybody what having you as a mentor, Dr. Karen, has meant to me personally and professionally, for me to just be able to run my business proficiently and profitably. And the other thing that I found with the WellPro team is the community of the health and wellness professionals all put together that I get to learn from, and also offer the services of this community to my clients together. So my clients not only have access to just me and my wisdom, but I have the ability to bring them and introduce them to this, abundance of wisdom through your team. So that is what I love. And like you mentioned, Dr. Karen, having the turnkey programs have been just the icebreaker for me to have somebody just come in and experience like a Sugarbuster program that you talked about here. It's a 5-day program. Me and my husband do it every month while you do the program, Dr. Karen. So we love it. And my clients love it. My family loves it. And just having the ability to have a program which is clean and which I can trust for my family is super. So I think, yeah, I've gained so much, and I highly encourage everybody to realize the importance of having a mentor and having a community to work with.
And Ankaji, you probably just in connecting with WellPro, it's so interesting. Everybody is doing it a little differently because of your niche market and your focus, and that's important to be able to stay true to your authentic brand while still being part of a community, having the flexibility. These programs are very flexible. So the Sugarbuster program works for people that have, say, a lot of weight to lose,
Mhm.
or someone that is at a natural normal weight but just feels out of control with sugar. So
Right.
is your coaching, you're listening to your clients, and you can tap them into whatever program works for them.
Right. And I
You,
like the fact, Dr. Karen, that I would have a client and, and I can take the program and run the program individually with them or bring them in a group format if that's what they would like. So the
right. Yeah.
flexibility of just having somebody is not comfortable coming and joining the Facebook group, but just having it, one-on-one, that's fine too. But some people really feel encouraged if they're part of a community and there's like a little bit of social support to keep
Yes.
on track. So
Yes. Yeah,
and-
we have plenty of people that don't want to join a group. They want to, I call it DIY. They want to do it themselves or one-on-one with
right,
you as a coach. Yeah. Thank
right.
you, Ankita. I really appreciate you sharing, and I'm sure the audience really appreciates that too, that hearing your story. And again, congratulations for your
Oh,
exam. It's
thank
over.
you.
Yay.
I'm glad it's behind me.
I know we have a few people on this webinar that are studying for the October one this year. Yes, yes,
Oh my gosh, yes.
yes, yes.
All right. Thank you
Can't
so much,
believe it.
Dr.
All
Karen.
right. Okay, so let's move on. We have two more mistakes to chat about. I know this is a lot of information, but hopefully I know it's valuable to you. So now we're starting to get into the nitty gritty of, okay, so we talked about an email list and a email campaign, but what about the content? Now, let me tell you that the content itself is abundant. And as part of my team, I show you all the places you can get content. But how you use that content effectively is the marketing piece. And people put too much time into creating content when you don't have to create content. The content is there for you to use, but how to leverage it. So I've got a few of these bonus business tips. Go to YouTube if you haven't already and look up Simon Sinek. He's been around a long time, and the first time I heard this, it made a huge impact. And he's a great communicator. Just go to Simon Sinek. And this term of people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And that's in social media, you are communicating to people who you are, what you do, why you do it. Now, converting people from social media into your newsletter is something I'm going to teach you to do. But this concept of people picking up the why you're doing something is the key component of attracting clients. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how to communicate that why you're doing it. And I call it value-based marketing, giving lots of good value to build trust, that know, like, and trust factor. And the idea is to repurpose content many times. And again, I'm going to give you an example. So I will write a blog or record a podcast. And that goes onto my website because it's WordPress. Then I will take that link, because remember, in social media, I mean, yes, we have posts in social media, but you want to own your real estate. So you own your website and you own your email list. You do not own your social media platform. So you take your blog, put it on social media. And then you can also do an email campaign and a potential speaking topic, all with the same content. So I'm going to give you an example. So I was at Costco and was just amazed at how much organic produce they have. And I saw in an article that they were banning Roundup from the shelves. I thought, oh, this is amazing. So when I feel passionate about a topic, then I'll write about it. So I did this blog. This is a blog about Costco banning Roundup. And then I put it on social media. Here, Costco, first social media retailer. So I did the blog, then I put my blog on to Facebook. And then I did a YouTube video of all the produce that I got from Costco. See how the theme keeps going. I'm repurposing content on many different channels, many different ways. And then I wrote an ebook. Ebooks are so easy. Now, my big 50-page ebook is one thing, but through canva.com, you can create ebooks so easily. And this is another ebook. This is the landing page, just like I taught you before, drkarenwolfe.org/Costco list. And that has some autoresponders, and you get the clean eating guide from Costco, what you can buy from Costco that's clean. Because it was a passionate topic of mine. So see, I did lots of things with it. So you repurpose content. And that's how you kind of build the trust factor. Here's my big bonus tip. I got burnt really early on in my coaching career with this one because nobody taught me. I just went to Google and I got images and I used them in my blog, which then go on a website in internet land. And I got a cease and desist letter from the owner of that image. Do not use images from sites that are not free. And there are plenty of free sites. You can take a picture or a screenshot of this slide right here, so that you never get caught like I did using an image illegally. And I had to pay money because I used that image that I wasn't allowed to. And I was so ignorant. So the one I use a lot is Unsplash, this picture. And I put this picture because this is a free image. And images speak 1,000 words, as you know, but there's lots of other ones. So take a little screenshot of that if you like, just so you have lots of sites to go from your free images. And I've got some other images just to show you. These are beautiful images. And you'll find, you just put in a search what you want. I was searching, you'll see another image I used about confused. And I got lots of images of that. So please use images that are from a site that you're allowed to use. And this is this canva.com I was talking about. I created this, so proud of myself. Created this every time I do a podcast, I go into Canva and I put, this is from Unsplash, this image, and I just created just an announcement that I have a new episode, canva.com. So I know for a lot of people this is new, but this is information that's just so valuable because you want to start creating images and announcements and newsletters using powerful images. Okay. Final mistake as we move, because I know I promised that this will only be an hour or less. So, and I don't mean this to be the least important, but by any means, call to action, CTA. As coaches, we know the power of call to action, accountability. You want to do that in your business too. Do not be just posting in social media and hoping people will, it's like throwing spaghetti on a wall and wondering if it's going to stick. You want a plan for a call to action. And the one I use in my Instagram is campsite.bio. Now, if you were on my webinar last year, you would have heard me use Linktree. And Linktree is another one you can use. I now use campsite.bio because it allows me to use little images, which I'm going to show you. So in Instagram, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go back. So when you do a post and you say, for example, this webinar, I did a promotion about this webinar, click the link in my bio. This is called the bio in Instagram, and I teach you about this in our mentor program. And they click on this link because Instagram doesn't allow you to put links in the actual content of your post. You've got to direct them to your bio. And so when they open this, they see all of these ways they can connect with me, and I can put a little picture for each one. So this is a call to action. It gets people off social media into your real estate. That means what you do and what you own. So important, a call to action through Instagram. And they make it mobile friendly. So that's how it looks when it's on the phone, because most people are using their devices. And one day we will be just total device. We won't be using a laptop. We'll be all using just a device. And I have my free ebook landing pages in there, my recipe, Karen Kitchen recipes, because different people want different things. So there's different ways to engage with me. Because if you want to attract clients, which we all want to do, all clients have different interests. So you have different ways that they can engage with you. So that's an Instagram call to action. Other examples, join my newsletter, read my blog, join here, click on my bio. I just talked about that. Even comment below. Doing polls on Instagram stories is really good. Do you use this salad dressing? Yes or no? Flash sale, free ebook, listen to my podcast. It's some kind of action that they do. So I want you to be always thinking about a call to action. So here's an example. I posted a little thing about me at bootcamp. See my bio for all the details, because again, Instagram does not allow you to put a link in the content here. So they click on your bio in that campsite, and that's where they engage with you. Okay. Lots of questions. So if you have any questions, please type them in the chat box, because I do want to get to any questions. We're going to have a little time. I will stay on for anyone that has any questions. So you take a deep breath with all of that information. And what I so encourage you to do is not just listen to this webinar, but take action. This is one of those pictures. I went to unsplash.com and I typed in confused and I found this picture. I just really liked it. Like, what do I do with all this information? So I'm going to make you an offer to join our team if that is something you're called to do. And you certainly would want to talk to whoever invited you on the webinar, because my vision is to help as many wellness business owners be successful as possible, so we can shift this disease care system to true healthcare. And you can only do that if you can create a successful wellness business. And nobody's teaching you how to do that, let alone supporting you in that goal. So it is important to keep it simple. So I'm going to keep it really simple as a baby step for you. What if you had one of these campaigns like Sugarbuster or the gut program or the Zoom self-care spa, and you could just kickstart your business? And I'm here to tell you, even if you started with IIN, and as Sarah is, you can still do it now, building your list and a mentor to ensure that you succeed. That would be a fast track to success. So this is the Sugarbuster program that comes up July 11th. And often my coaches like Ankita, there's two programs that you can start with, either the gut program or the Sugarbuster program. And I suggest you do it yourself so that you experience it, because your clients are going to ask you if you have done it. And then you know how to then promote it to your list and your client base. So the Sugarbuster program, which is a 5-day program to get off the sugar roller coaster. The next one is July 11th. So maybe that's a great place for you to just begin. Take a baby step. And because it involves a lot of my time, because I would be your mentor, in building your business. You're not just doing the program like a client of mine. I am being your mentor in using this program to build your business. So it does take a lot of my time. That's why I have to limit this to uh, an offer to a couple of days, because I can only take in so many people at a time. So the Sugarbuster monthly program, mentorship from me weekly, Zoom calls weekly, and business systems to get you set up, and a membership of the WellPro team. So obviously it would be, you would think it would be a lot of money. But I just set up this very interesting system where it's not a fee-based program. You don't pay me for mentorship. You actually actively use the programs. And if you're successful, I'm successful. So it's a bit of a no-brainer that the Sugarbuster program, which is $128, which is what my coaching clients pay, but not just the Sugarbuster program, but you get mentorship from me and part of the team, just similar to what Ankita is talking about. Then you can just $128. And there's a lot more to talk about with that, but you would want to express your interest through whoever invited you to this webinar, because this is a commitment to join the team and to step into the business model. And it's something for you to really review. So usually what I do is I set up, like Ankita, if you had someone that was interested, then we'd do a 3-way Zoom and we would chat about what the right position is for you. So any questions, Ankita, in the chat box? I had asked if there are any questions. If you have any questions, please type in it in the chat box, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. For anyone that has to go, thank you for attending. I hope you've got lots of great information and lots of ways to really rethink your business. Like, think about the right side of the cash flow quadrant, business systems, and be aware that creating them yourself is very time consuming and financially consuming. So I offer these systems to you to use in your business. So any questions?
No questions yet, Dr. Karen. Nora just said that she would like to get in touch to talk about the board exams, and I said happy to do that.
Oh, yes, that's right. Nora said she's doing the exam in October. Oh.
uh, Tammy Corbin said, hope this is okay to post.
Can get a free lifetime account. Oh, an email system. Oh.
Okay.
This Army Knife online marketing. So this is a link to Groove. Apparently a better product. Individual products can cost this. Oh, okay. So no, we're not promoting other people's affiliate links. So I appreciate you posting that, but I really am not promoting other products. I really want to keep this nice and clean for everybody, to the concepts that we're doing here. Okay, so the next steps then, oh my gosh, I can't believe we finished before the hour. So the next steps are just to contact myself if you came through my email newsletter, or if you had someone invite you to this webinar, just to continue the conversation about how you can integrate these programs into your coaching business. Do you appear in the Sugarbuster program? Oh my gosh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, every day. So in the Sugarbuster program, on the Sunday, I do the introduction, what it is, how it works, the science of it all. And then every day I host it. We do a Q&A and sharing. And then Wednesday, I do the call on sugar addiction. So yes, every single month, live. Like a lot of people say, this is an interesting concept. A lot of people say, well, why don't you just create one and then do the recording over and over? But I'm here to tell you, recordings are impersonal. And people want that connection live. And it is a big commitment on my part every single month, for a whole week, every single month. But that's what we're in the business of doing, supporting and connecting, and also changing. The nutrition field changes all the time. So I'm constantly kind of giving updates about recipes and meal plans and ideas on low glycemic eating. So Yes, no one's ever asked that, Ankita. I guess
No, and I was just going to add on to that, Dr. Karen, that because you are live and you are part of, the 5 days, actually 6 days, including Sunday, you're there for every meeting, and that helps us when we bring in clients and they have a question. There is a team of health and wellness which can offer their suggestions, so that works so much for our benefit, because sometimes as just coaches we don't have answers for everything, and having a guidance from you, and that really helps. So it's a great program.
it sure is. I do love doing it. It is a commitment.
It is. It is. It's unbelievable that how much time you give, Dr. Karen. So, even the price tag of 128, I'm just thinking that's 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 just the price for somebody to do the program. It's really
Mhm.
not anything that, is nothing going towards you, really.
Right, right, right. Which is a different business model again.
Yeah.
It's to create programs that duplicate over and over and over. And that's why you can keep the price down, because we're doing it over and over and over and being successful because my clients are successful. So it's a very different way of thinking.
Dr. Karen, Whitney had a question. She's asking that is 128 just one-time payment, and how long are the one-on-one meetings with you?
Oh, right. Great question. Yes. So 128 is a one-time payment. Yes. For the Sugarbuster program. And then of course, if you're doing the train the trainer, I mean, most of my coaches are just blown away by the power of the program that you will then go and promote that. So it's a duplicatable system. You will do the same thing with your clients. They'll pay 128 to do the program, and you'll get a percentage of that. And I can certainly go into how the financial part of it works. And the mentor calls with me are 45 minutes, Zoom calls once a week. I think that was the other question Whitney asked. And Whitney, I know Denise DeGaulle referred you, so welcome. And I know we've got a call set up with you on Friday to talk some more. So glad we chatted. You heard kind of the background here. And I know a lot of people are just blown away by the intensity of what I offer. But again, it's a different program. If I was fee for service only, I would be charging $1,000 for my consultation fee. There's no doubt about it. But because they're programs that you use with your clients over and over, and you get a percentage of that, then that's how the residual income part of it works. And I can explain how the specific financial model works. But I just wanted to give you the overall concept of the business systems. But all good
She
questions.
says that she appreciates you greatly as a mentor.
Oh,
And I think
Tammy.
that Sarah is happy to be working with you. Great information, she said.
Right. And Nora's thinking she's been sugar free for 6 months. So Nora, it's a good, I'm not sure if Nora is still on. Oh, yes, she's still on. So you have been sugar free for 6 months, and you are going to attract clients, obviously, that are looking for help. So it's so fabulous that you've achieved that in your life. And this program gets them step one. So it helps them take that first step. And writing a book about it, yes, ebooks are the way to go. I could certainly chat to you a bit more about that. But because you want to grow a business, focusing on programs to attract clients is the way to attract clients. So I think since you've been sugar free for 6 months, this is might be a niche market for you. So you using the Sugarbuster program with your clients is a way for you to have immediately a program to run with.
Nikki wrote,
I heard
Dr. Karen.
program. That's a Nikki said. Great. And Nikki is, I'm not sure where Nikki, you said you were from, Nikki. I can't see. Oh, yes. I'm not sure where she's from. And if I should have said this in the beginning, Ankita's put a lot of links. And if you can save the chat. If you don't know how to do that, you just click on the bottom of the chat box are three little dotted dots. You click on that and it says save chat, and it'll save the chat to your to your computer. And so you have all the links. Great. Oh, Nora says, great. Yeah, we'll set up a time, Nora. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ankita.
Of
Thank you for
course,
being
Dr.
my
Karen.
wing woman today and for sharing your brilliance and your story and your journey. It does help everybody to hear your story and know that you can be board certified and survive and thrive because I know it's hard work.
Right. No, no, I enjoy this, Dr. Karen. Thank you so much. I love being part of your team. And big shout out to everybody who came in and did this webinar live. And I hope to have more of them join our team and experience it, how good it is.
Yay. Oh, Jeannie said,
Ah,
congratulations. I hope she passed her exam in February. Yay.
good, Jeannie. Congratulations. Oh my God, it must be such a burden off.
All right, everyone, have a lovely evening. I hope to talk to many of you. Stay connected as a wellness community. We need each other. We do. And hopefully, we'll see each other again. Bye for now. Bye bye.
Thank you, Dr. Karen, again. Thank you.
Bye bye.